part of the syllabus. In the second part, you have to read some principles, theories of magnetostatics, like Lorentz force law, integral and differential forms of Biot-Savart's law, magnetic vector potential, multipole expansion of vector potential, and like effect of magnetic field on atomic orbits, magnetic field in matter, magnetization, bound currents, Ampere's law. All these are there in the second part in magnetostatics. So today I have decided to discuss with you the fundamentals of electrostatics. Then we will discuss dielectric properties of materials. Then we will discuss Maxwell's equation. Maxwell's equation, that is in magnetism. Then other things we will discuss in the next class. Why? Because you know that there are some analogy between electricity and magnetism. Based on the analogy between electricity and magnetism, we could know that electricity, the phenomena, the principle are dependent upon magnetic properties. Similarly, magnetism, the phenomenon, principle, concepts totally depends on electricity. So both of them are interdependent to each other, and as a whole, we discuss the theories of electromagnetic induction. ତମମାନେ ପଢିଥିବ ତମର +2 କ୍ଲାସ୍ +3 ରେ Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Have you remembered that? ପଢିଛ
Yes,
ସେଟା?
ma'am.
କଣ ସେଟା ଥିଲା?
E is equal
Faraday's
to
law of
minus d
electromagnetic.
phi by dt.
Very good. So phi is what?
Magnetic flux change.
So the magnetic flux or the electric current changes when magnetic flux lines are getting changed. So one effect, that is the electrical effect, is observed when magnetic lines of forces are getting changed. Similarly, magnetic field is produced when electric current is flowing through a circuit. This is what tells about the fundamental of electromagnetic induction. And all these things, whatever you read in theories, since this is your MSc, you are reading all this since from your BSc, because all of you have taken MSc physics, means all of you might have the BSc physics honors. So in honors class, in honors subjects, you have read some fundamentals, the theories, principle, fundamentals. Just now while discussing, some one of your friends said that now you have classical mechanics too. What does it mean? Because already you have read the fundamentals of classical mechanics, that is classical mechanics 1 in BSc course or +3. Now you are reading the MSc. So in MSc, whatever you are reading in these subjects, in these papers, those will be very useful if you will pursue your study again after your MSc, in MPhil or in PhD, or if you are joining for any project work also, there these things are very much useful. And based on these principles, you may go for some application part, you may design some devices. Those will be the applications of these theories and these fundamental concepts. That is why it is very much needed to know about these topics, whether it is the mathematical methods, whether it is the classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, electricity, magnetism, optics, whatever may be, but you should have a thorough knowledge. So let us see what could be the expected learning outcome. Whenever we discuss anything, whenever we spend some time for discussing or reading something, then we need to know that why we will read this. That is called as the expected learning outcome. ମାନେ କ'ଣ ନା, ଯେମିତି ତମେ ଏବେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଆଟେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛ, ତମେ ନିହାତି କିଛି ଭାବିଥିବ ଯେ ମୁଁ ଏଇ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଆଟେଣ୍ଡ କଲେ ଏଇଆ ବୁଝିବି। ତ ଯେମିତି ଆମର ସିଲାବସରେ ଯାହା ଯାହା ଭାଗ ହେଇଛି, ସେଇଥିରେ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଡିଭାଇଡେଡ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟୁ 5 ୟୁନିଟ୍ସ। ତାକୁ ହିଁ ସେ 5ଟା ୟୁନିଟ୍ରେ ଭାଗ କରିଦେଇଛି। and accordingly it has given that what could be the expected learning outcome for some portion of the first part, that is electrostatics, that is taken as unit 1. I have taken all this from your syllabus itself, from IGNOU website. Similarly, Unit 2, some study materials are available in IGNOU. So from that only I have taken only to refresh that whatever is there, whatever we are going to read, those things are there here, that in this syllabus. And from Unit 2, after studying that, we can able to know Laplace equation, Poisson's equation, we can solve the problems, and we can go for the applications of Laplace and Poisson's equation. Similarly, in Unit 3, that means these two parts, electrostatics and magnetostatics, are divided into these units, and accordingly the expected learning outcomes are given. Unit 4, in Unit 4, you know that we need to read about the dielectrics, and in dielectrics we will be reading about different polarization mechanism. I think all of you know very well that what is a dipole. Dipole means what? When two equal and opposite charges separated from each other by a small distance, then they will constitute a dipole. When electric field is applied, then the dipole movement or alignment take place. When alignment takes place, then polarization also happens. When polarization happens, then different types of polarization come into picture. So accordingly, the materials which are the dielectric materials, they will be made from different types of mechanisms, which are called as the polar dielectric materials, non-polar dielectric material. And you know that as like in dielectrics, we can introduce a new parameter that is known as the D parameter. D parameter means what? That here D parameter, this D parameter. So D parameter is known as the displacement vector, and displacement vector is introduced when there is a displacement current, because we know till now we have read about the conduction current, but when you will go through the dielectric properties or dielectric materials, then you will come across the displacement vector or displacement D, that is written as D. So D is related to epsilon 0, E, and polarization vector P. Epsilon 0 is what? The permittivity. Polarization vector is P. E is the electric field intensity. So those things are there in Unit 4. Unit 5, expected learning outcome. So these units are taken from the first part only, electrostatics. So in electrostatics, whatever is there, that is been divided into these 5 units, and the related expected outcome, learning outcomes are given. So as we have seen in the syllabus, that we have to know about the electric field and electric potential at different condition. So electric field, all of you know what is electric field?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is that electric field?
The region around a charge to which we
Yes,
can realize the effect of charge.
very good. So whenever we say electricity, then definitely we think about the charges. Charges means it may be the positive charge or negative charge, or so the region around a charge where we experience something, that is known as the electric field. So in relation to the electric field, electric potential also can be defined. So electric potential at any location within an electric field is defined as the amount of work required to move a unit positive charge from an infinite distance to a specific location. The potential is a scalar value. It is related directly to the electric field intensity, and it has some fundamental equation also. And here you can find, this is the equation. We have read that whenever we take two charges having the magnitude as q1, q2, then the force between them is directly proportional to q1 as well as q2, whereas it is in the inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So if we take 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 as the constant of proportionality, finally we get this equation. This equation is also known as
Coulombic force.
very good. So this is the Coulombic force equation. In Coulomb's law, this force is explained. And this is the work done. Work done is force into the distance. Again, it is equal to the charge into the voltage potential. So accordingly, these are some fundamental equations given over here. As Q V is equal to F into R. So from there also you can find out V, and different expressions are there, and different expressions are explained as per the requirement. So if you take a case where a very small work done is going on, when a force is acting upon a body, and when the displacement is also very small like delta x, then you can find the work done, that is the small work done, that is delta w is equal to minus qe into delta x, which is further equal to q into v. So then some other conditions are given over here. And while discussing about the potential, we do come across the equipotential zone, regions in space where the electric potential remains unchanged are known as the equipotential zones. When this constant potential extends throughout a three-dimensional space, these regions from what we call the equipotential surfaces. In contrast, if the potential is uniform only across two dimensions, these areas are known as the equipotential lines. So, accordingly, we can see different conditions for equipotential uh, equipotential lines for different cases or different conditions. I have taken these plots from internet source itself, from different sources, and here you can see that if we take two plates, one is positively charged, second one is the negatively charged plate, or having two different polarity, then the lines of forces can be observed, that is coming from positive plate to the negative plate, and accordingly we will find the potential plot like this. If we take an isolated charge, either positive and negative, if you know that if positive charge is there, then we take the lines of forces diverging from it, and like this. So accordingly we will have the potential plot and electric plot. Similar is the case for the negative charges. But if you take together either two opposite charges or two similar charges, then the potential plot and electric field plot will be like this. So this is one case where positive and negative charges are there. From positive charge, diverging lines we can see. From negative charge, we can see the converged lines of forces. And here, since we know from the fundamentals of electricity that two equal charges repel, whereas two opposite charges attract to each other. So here you can see as like two positive charges, you can take two negative charges as well, and you can plot the graphs. And this figure explains the lines of equipotential um, surface for different cases. This is for a positive charge. This is for two equal charges and two positive charges. This is for one positive and one negative charge. And this is, as usual, the most fundamental equation, that is the Coulomb's law. In Coulomb's law, the force between two charges are given by, as already we have read, 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Here it is written q1 q2 by r square. There is a fundamental difference between epsilon and epsilon 0. Epsilon 0 is what? Permittivity in free space. Yes. Can anybody tell me what is the value of epsilon 0?
0.85.
8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12.
Minus 12. What is the unit?
Newton dot meter
Newton
square
per
by
Coulomb square.
Coulomb square.
Newton per Coulomb square.
Newton
dot meter square by
meter
Newton
এটি
into
এপসিলন ଅଛି, এটি ফোর্স ଅଛି, এটি নিউটন করদেল, তଳେ কুলম দুইটা স্কোয়ার করদেল, তারপরে মিটার স্কোয়ার করদেল, সেমতি কହୁଛ কি? Okay, next class again I'll ask what is the unit of epsilon. ঠিক আছে?
madam coulomb square by Newton into meter square.
কুলম স্কোয়ার বাই
Newton into meter square.
এই ইকুয়েশন দেখি কହୁଛ?
madam Newton Coulomb inverse.
Okay, in terms of farad, you need to tell me what is the unit of epsilon. Epsilon 0 or epsilon whatever may be. So whenever you take epsilon, it does mean that we are working with a medium. So when we take medium other than the vacuum or free space, instead of writing epsilon 0, we write epsilon. So it is if you take Newton's law, Fg m1 m2 by r square. So means one can compare the Coulomb's law with the Newton's law, and so many analogy we will find. Next is your Laplace's equation and Poisson's equation. In Laplace's equation and Poisson's equation, the first operator, the main operator we have been using is the del operator. Do you know about it, this del operator? See the pointer, E is equal to minus del V.
Negative gradient.
Very good.
Del by del X.
Negative gradient V. Because we know del is what? Del mane kono? That is the del operator, which is also known as the Nabla operator. That is used in vector calculus. And what is the equation for del? This inverted triangle.
Del by del X.
Del by del
Del by del Z.
Very good. So if we take a three-dimensional case, if I, j, k are the unit vectors, then del operator, this operator is known as equal to I dou by dou x plus j dou by dou y plus k dou by dou z. And with the del operator, one can go for three types of operations. What are they? As your friend said, one of your friends said, she says that it is the gradient operation, isn't it? এটা gradient operation কইলা, তারপরে আউ কোন কোন অপারেশন আছে with del operator?
Curl.
Divergence.
Very good. Divergence and curl. If you take the simple product, it is called as the gradient operation. If you take the dot product, it is called as the divergence operation. If you take the cross operation with a vector field or generally vector field, with a vector field, divergence and curl can be done. But with a scalar field, the gradient is to be done. So these operations are very much required when you go for deriving the Maxwell's equations. There are four equations in Maxwell's electromagnetic theory. 4 equations in differential form, 4 equations in integral form. And at that time, we need to take the help of the fundamental theories of electricity as well as fundamental theory of magnetism. So with the help of those theories and with the help of these operations, we can able to derive the Maxwell's 4 equation. And remember always that these Maxwell's 4 equations are the most and most important, most and most fundamental equations, because based on the Maxwell's 4 equations, you can able to know the entire theory of electrodynamics, electromagnetic theory, and some other theories also. So Laplace's and Poisson's equation deals with this. So it is given that we have determined the electric field E in a region using Coulomb's law or Gauss law when the charge distribution is specified in the region, or using the relation E is equal to minus grad V, where V represents the potential. However, in practical cases, neither the charge distribution nor the potential distribution is specified, only at some boundaries. These types of problems are known as the electrostatic boundary value problems. So then these problems, the fields and the potential can be determined by Poisson's equation or Laplace's equations. So these are some equations, mathematical equations related to Laplace's theorem and Poisson's theorem. To derive Laplace's and Poisson's equation, we can start with Gauss law. And you know that Gauss law, I think all of you know. What is that? The electric flux.
So magnetic flux to a closed surface is equal to Ch charge by epsilon 0.
The net charge. Have you told about net charge? So if you take the
total
electric field, total charge, okay. If you take the electric field, then we take the net charge. That is, of course, it is given as the summation. So you can express as the electric lines of force. Then the electric lines of force or electric field intensity will be further expressed in terms of the displacement vector, because displacement vector is equal to epsilon E. Accordingly, you will have the modified equation, which is known as the Gauss law or Gauss equation. And if you take rho as the charge density over a volume, then that can be written as rho having a subscript V. So del dot D is equal to rho, or del E is equal to rho by epsilon. Like that, different equations can be taken. Using the gradient concept, since E is equal to minus grad of the potential, so in place of E, we can put minus del B, which is equal to rho V as given in equation 1. Then if you take epsilon as a constant, then if you keep it in the RHS, then you will find del dot del B, negative is here, rho B by epsilon. But del is the differential operator. This is also del differential operator. As we are discussing that del operator is what? I dou by dou x plus j dou by dou y plus k dou by dou z. And we know from vector theory, I dot I, j dot j, k dot k is equal to 1. So if you take the dot product of del with del, then you find dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square, which is equal to delta square. This delta square is known as
Laplace.
uh,
Laplace.
Laplace.
Laplacian operator বা Laplacian भी simple କୁହାଯାଏ. So this is known as the Laplacian delta square. So delta square B, so since del dot del is del square, so here we can write in place of del dot del B as del square B is equal to minus rho B divided by epsilon, which is further called as the Poisson's equation. So this is the Laplace's equation. And then when you will find the equation in the form of the square of the del operator, that will be called as the Poisson's equation. There are different applications of Laplace's and Poisson's equation. What are those? One can able to obtain potential at any point in between two surfaces when potential at two surfaces are provided. We can also obtain capacitance between these two surfaces. So with the help of this equation, we can find out. As one of your friends said, what about the statement of Gauss law? What is that Gauss law? Gauss law states that the net electric flux through any imaginary closed surface S, which is also called as the Gaussian surface, is directly proportional to the net charge enclosed by the surface. In SI unit, it is equal to, generally in most of the books you find small q by epsilon 0. That is up to you. You can write q enclosed by epsilon 0. The net charge is the algebraic sum of all the charges enclosed within the closed surface, which is nothing but the Gaussian surface. Mathematically, the Gauss's law is given by phi E. What is phi E? Electric flux. What is electric flux? Electric lines of forces passing through certain area is known as electric force. If you take magnetism or any theory of magnetism, then in place of electric flux, we can say magnetic flux. How to define magnetic flux? Magnetic lines of forces passing through certain area. So electric flux, as per the statement Gauss law, as per the statement, the net electric flux is equal to Q by epsilon 0. 1 by epsilon 0 time the net charge, right? But electric flux is itself E dot ds. E is what? The electric field intensity. Ds is the charges enclosed within a closed surface. So the double integral represents, this is the surface integration. That's why, and this round, this circle indicates it is a closed, yes, it is a closed contour integration. So like this, it will be represented. So phi E is equal to Q by epsilon 0 is the final equation if you are defining Gauss law. So it is the same thing is given in this equation, whatever we have discussed. So till now, what we have discussed, the summary is that electrostatic force field we have discussed, electric field, superposition of course we have not discussed. It was there in that study material, so it has come. Electric potential we have discussed, electric flux lines we have discussed, and there are some applications of Gauss law that we will discuss in the during the derivation of Maxwell's equations. And Gauss law is very much required to determine electric field due to symmetric charge distribution having spherical symmetry, cylindrical symmetry, and planar symmetry. So this is a part of this today's discussion. We will go for another part. I am closing it. Okay. Next. Do you need a 2-minute break? ना कंटिन्यू करिवा ब्रेक दरकार कि 2 मिनिट रो और shall I continue? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
ब्रेक नबो कि तमाने 2 मिनिट रो ब्रेक नबो पानी पीबो आसीबो आ थरे डिस्कशन करिवा आ टिके लंबा डिस्कशन अछि.
Yes, ma'am.
नाले दीदी क्लास अछि.
कोन हला इप्सिता? Okay, then take 2-minute break. Again we will meet at 7:30. ठीक अछि.
Okay,
गोटे
ma'am.
लंबा डिस्कशन
Okay, ma'am.
करिवा. हां, डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल ऊपर पूरा डिटेल्स विल डिस्कस. तापरे मैक्सवेल्स इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इक्वेशन विषय भी डिस्कशन करिया. Okay, we will start again by 7:30.
Okay, ma'am.
Shall we start again? Arambha kariya. Are you there? All of you are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Start kariba na? Wait kariba. Oh, chalo kariya start. अच्छा, can you see the screen? देखा जाउची ठीक रे?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then let us start. So, as one of the parts of your syllabus is regarding the polarization mechanism, dielectric polarization, boundary value problems. So, before knowing about polarization and dielectric material, let us know again the fundamentals of electricity. Whenever we think about electricity, definitely we take into our mind that what would be the charge, what is the electric field applied, what is the potential. If potential, electric field, charge is there, then what is the current? If current is there, then what is the resistance? So these are some fundamental points whenever we discuss any theory or any principle, any experiment in electrostatics. So the most fundamental law in electricity is the Ohm's law. Ohm's law explains voltage V equal to I into R. Voltage V is equal to I is representing for current, R is representing for resistance. So if you take a current carrying conductor having length L, where you take here the potential is V1, here the potential is V2, then the potential drop or potential difference is V1 minus V2, that is del B. Del B is further equal to IR. So from that you can find out or you can introduce the concept of resistivity. So this is resistance, generally represented as R, capital R. But there is a property of all the conducting materials or electrical material which is called as resistivity. So remember always, resistance is the physical parameter, resistivity is the property, which is generally represented by rho. Rho को आमे density हिसाब रे नो, rho को आमे resistivity हिसाब रे नो. For different purpose, the symbol rho is used. But remember again, while you are writing the exam or while you are preparing the note, whenever you write any equation, it is very general that you should represent what does each symbol represents. That means ଯଦି ଆମେ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଇକ୍ୱେସନ ଲେଖିଲେ v ଇକ୍ୱାଲ ଟୁ IR, ତାହେଲେ v କାହାକୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିକେଟ୍ କରୁଛି, I କାହାକୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିକେଟ୍ କରୁଛି, R କାହାକୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିକେଟ୍ କରୁଛି, ସେଗୁଡାକ ନିହାତି ଲେଖିବା ଦରକାର. କାହିଁକି ନା you are used to write all these since from your 10th class, 11th class, 12th class, BSc ରେ ବି ସେୟା କରିଛ. ଏଇଠି ମୁଁ ଏଥିପାଇଁ କହୁଛି କାରଣ ଆମେ ୟା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଗସ୍ ଲ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡିସ୍କସ୍ କରୁଥିଲୁ ସେଠି ବି ଆମେ ରୋ ସଫିକ୍ସ ଭି ଗୋଟେ ଆମେ ଦେଖିଥିଲୁ. ଏଇଠି ପୁଣି ମୁଁ ରୋ କହୁଛି. So don't get confused. Rho there we have taken as the charge density, but rho here we are taking as resistivity. So again come back to our discussion. So the electric field intensity E is equal to del V by L, because we know V is equal to integration E dl. E hochi kono? E is the electric field intensity, dl is the length, and that is the line element. Integration over it give us the potential V. ତେଣୁ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିକ ଫିଲ୍ଡ ବଦଳରେ ଆମେ ଲେଖିପାରିବା del V by L, ତ I by A into rho. So rho is the resistivity and conductivity is reciprocal of resistivity. If you take the resistance is directly proportional to length of a conductor, inversely proportional to area of cross section. So R is equal to a constant of proportionality rho L by A, and this is further given as rho is equal to 1 by sigma, so L into A sigma. So these are different equations, different concept behind any type of electrical material. Whenever we think about electrical material, we think that whether it is a conductor or semiconductor or insulator or dielectric or superconductor. Different types of electrical materials are there. And whenever we classify any type of electrical material, we classify the electrical material in terms of the resistivity or conductivity. That's why we are focusing more on the two terms, resistivity or conductivity. Based on the resistivity and conductivity value, one can able to classify whether the material comes under the conductor or insulator or the superconductor. Can anybody tell me about the classification of conductor, semiconductor and superconductor? କିଏ କହିପାରିବ କେମିତି ଜାଣିପାରିବା? Conductor, semiconductor, superconductor, insulator as well as dielectric. How can we classify these electrical material based on the conductivity and resistivity?
रेजिस्टेंस ऊपर
Resistance,
कंडक्टिविटी यदि का बेस कर जानि परिबा
हाँ, आउ
यार
कहा विषय कोच इंसुलेटर विषय कोच ना कंडक्टर विषय कोच?
मैडम बैंड थ्योरी
कंडक्टर जहां रेजिस्टेंस बहुत कम सुपर कंडक्टर जहां रेजिस्टेंस 0 नियरली अबाउट
हाउ सेमीकंडक्टर
between conductor and a insulator the resistance.
Very good. Okay, this is one way that from resistance you can tell about the conductor, superconductor, semiconductor, like that. What about dielectrics?
Dielectric is completely insulator. Resistance high area.
Resistance high.
High
Resistance. Okay, so Jyotiranjan said about the resistance, and based on resistance that how the materials can be classified. And Purnachandra, I think now अधा देखा जाउची पूर्णचंद्र बोधे एटा जे कहउतला
ma'am.
बैंड थ्योरी. yes, so पूर्णचंद्र कहउची जे बैंड थ्योरी, based on the band theory also we can able to classify the electrical material. So what is band theory and how can you classify the materials?
conduction band and
Valence band.
Very good. Valence band थाए, conduction band थाए. Valence band कोठी, conduction band कोठी थाए?
In conductor, valence band and conducting band imposing each other.
overlapping
Conduction band overlapping each other. That there is, yes. Next,
Semiconductor, 1 electron volt distance
gap था
gap है.
से गैप को
Band
कौन कहते?
band gap
बैंड गैप.
Band gap.
फॉरबिडन एनर्जी गैप बा बैंड गैप को
Band
जाए.
Gap.
यस, वैलेंस बैंड कोठी थाए, कंडक्शन बैंड कोठी थाए?
valence electron में था ଆଉ
कंडक्शन बैंड रे
normal temperature रे conduction
अच्छा, वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन और फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन सुनिछ? फ्री FRE फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन.
Free electron hole.
हां, फ्री
Free
इलेक्ट्रॉन
electron
माने कोन?
normal temperature
Boundary region. Boundary region में.
normal temperature electron orbit बाहर जाए
ताको काहे कि फ्री को आउची एटा वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन को माने फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन गोटे वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन ना नुह?
yes ma'am ଏଟା valence electron କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଟା ନ୍ୟୁକ୍ଲିୟସ୍ ଟାରେ ଟିକେ ଫ୍ରି ହେଇଥାଏ ଆଉ
ଯଦି ଆମେ ଅଳ୍ପ ଟେମ୍ପରେଚର ଦବା ତ ସିଏ ମାନେ ବାହାରି ଯାଇକି
रूम टेम्परेचर से माने
ରୁମ୍
ऑर्बिट बाहर करते हैं।
ଟେମ୍ପରେଚରରେ
ଏନର୍ଜି ଗେନ୍ କରିକି ଟିକେ ଫ୍ରି ହେଇଯାଏ।
ଓକେ, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ତାକୁ ଫ୍ରି କୁହାଯାଉଛି ସରଳ ଭାଷାରେ। ମାନେ ଭାଲେନ୍ସ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରନରେ କ'ଣ ଥାଏ, ଗୋଟେ ଆଟମରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଆଟମିକ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚରକୁ ଇମାଜିନ୍ କରିବା, when an atom is there, then at the central core we find a what, a nucleus. ନ୍ୟୁକ୍ଲିୟସଟା ପଜିଟିଭଲି ଚାର୍ଜ, ତା ଚାରିପଟେ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରନ ବୁଲୁଛି। ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରନ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବୁଲୁଛି in different orbit, the electrons are moving and the outermost orbit is having the valence electron. So under the nuclear potential, the valence electrons are said to be bound, which are also known as bound electron. But if we supply external energy, then what happens, those energy will be absorbed, absorbed, absorbed by the valence electron, so that they will gain energy. When they will gain energy, they will have enough energy to free themselves from the nuclear potential. That's why they are called as the free electron. So in conduction band we find a number of free electrons, and that depends upon different types of electrical material what we are focusing on. So and these are some general terms associated with any types of electrical material. So as we have seen that whenever we take any conducting material having length L and area of cross section as A, then the then the resistance is given by rho L by A. Rho is the resistivity, reciprocal of it is known as the conductivity, and so on. And in addition to that, we will come across some other electrical parameter. One of them is known as the drift velocity. Drift velocity is equal to the mobility into electric field intensity E. This mu is also a symbol generally represented for permeability. Permeability ଶୁଣିଛ? କୋଉଠି ଶୁଣିଛ permeability? Permittivity, permeability.
ମ୍ୟାଗ୍ନେଟିଜିମ୍।
Very good. Magnetism रे हमें permeability ଶୁଣିଛୁ. Permittivity, whatever is the definition of permittivity in electricity, permeability has the same definition in magnetism. So that will give the ease that how many number of lines, how many magnetic lines of forces can penetrate in a certain surface. So, but here we are discussing about mobility. This is something different, electron mobility. It is associated with only the electricity. Since after this we are going to discuss about magnetism, that's why I have told you that mu is generally used for permeability. Permeability in free space is mu 0, 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7, and in electricity mu is represented for the electron mobility when it is associated with the drift velocity equation. So the average velocity of electron is called as drift velocity related to electron mobility and the electric field as Vd is equal to mu into E. And if we take the current density, that is current per unit area I by A as J, you can find this as J, that is equal to NeVd. N is the concentration of charge carrier, E is the electronic charge, Vd is the drift velocity. So accordingly one can able to find out the current density. Another relation based on Ohm's law, J is equal to sigma E also, that is conductivity into electric field intensity. So if we compare the conductivity or resistivity what we are discussing just now, here the numbers are given. Accordingly it can be classified into metals, semiconductors, and other type of materials also. In addition, we are discussing that there will be a gap between the valence band and the conduction band. The conduction band may be empty, may be filled as per the type of material we are using. So this gap is known as the forbidden energy gap, and as per the value of the forbidden energy gap, whether it is very large or very low or very it is in between very large value and very small value. Accordingly, the materials are classified as insulators, semiconductors, conductors, or superconductors. But you know that whenever, as at the beginning of today's class, I told you that whatever you are reading, all these theories and concepts in theoretical form, but that will be useful when you will pursue your higher studies in terms of some PhD research work or project work, or if you any one of means any of you will be the scientist in future. At that time, you won't read the fundamental, but you will go for the application purpose. There one will see that what is your contribution for the scientific community. What does it mean? ମାନେ ତମେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଥିଓରି ଗୁଡାକ ପଢିଲ ତାକୁ କେମିତି ତମେ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ଫିଲ୍ଡରେ ନେଲ, ଯାହାକୁ ତମେ ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କରିକି କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ୟୁଜଫୁଲ ଅର ପର୍ପଜଫୁଲ ଡିଭାଇସ ଫେବ୍ରିକେଟ କଲ. So why I am telling all about this when I have started discussing this slide? Because here you can see that the electrical resistivity is represented by a graph in which the temperature is taken along the x-axis, electrical resistivity is taken along the y-axis. So this is the relationship between temperature and electrical resistivity. So here you can see even the temperature is 0, but it has got some sort of electrical resistivity, and then it is gradually increasing with respect to the change in temperature. So since it is linearly increasing, we expect that it should start from 0, from origin, but it is not happening so. Question is why? Why it is not happening so? Because whenever we take any material in practice, in reality, then those materials are not the ideal or pure materials, but it will have some sort of imperfection, some sort of impurity, or some other strain and stress may be appearing in the inside the crystal structure, which will affect the resistivity parameter of a material. That's why, in spite of having a zero resistivity, which is an ideal case, we can find certain amount of a finite amount of resistivity in any type of material with which we are working in reality, in real world, or in practical. So such type of behavior it will show. So the total resistivity is not totally dependent upon the temperature, but some other parameters. What are the parameters then? Imperfect. What are the defects present? Because in solid state physics in your +3 or +3 classes, I think in your honors classes, when solid state physics is introduced, you might have read in the first chapter as the crystal structure. क्रिस्टाल स्ट्रक्चर तुमने पढ़िथिबो जोथरे कि डिफरेंट स्ट्रक्चर क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर पढ़िथिबो ब्रावेस लैटिस पढ़िथिबो तापर तुमने पढ़िथिबो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इम्परफेक्शंस डिफेक्ट्स डिसलोकेशन सेगुडा पढ़िथिबो निश्चय हैव यू रेड
yes ma'am
पॉइंट डिफेक्ट स्कॉटकी डिफेक्ट फ्रेंकेल डिफेक्ट एगुडा सब पढ़िछो तो आमे सेतिरु कोन जानि परछु काहे से डिफेक्ट गुडा को पढुछु ना आमे जानि
टेम्परेचर
यस जनरली हमरो जे कोनसी मटेरियल नेले से मटेरियल आमे जेमति कहउछु जे ओवर द स्पेस lattice extension will take place if it is a crystalline structure, but in that crystalline structure also we will find some sort of defects. Say defect गुड़ाक different types of defects are there. जदि slide होची dislocation होची screw movement होची different types of symmetry will be produced. ए सब हमर crystal structure रे हमें पढुछु तो ता जगु कोन होची that will affect on the electric property also. So accordingly we will have different electric property for different material. That's why based on the electrical property, we will take those materials for different purposes, for different appliances or applications. So that is what I was telling, that the total resistivity is not purely dependent upon the temperature parameter, but some other parameters also. And the temperature parameter is further dependent upon or will be associated with some other equations as well. Yes, here it is given that how different types of resistivity and impurities are present. And Ohm's law is generally useful. That is the fundamental law to know about the electrical properties of materials. Already we have discussed all this. So here you see the current, I mean the charge, current density, not charge density. J is the current density, is equal to sigma, that is the conductivity, epsilon is the permittivity, and these are generally taken for any material which is derived from Ohm's law itself. So as I said that different materials or these things we are discussing because it will have some application. One of the most application based materials is the dielectric materials. So dielectric materials has some different types of properties. As during the discussion, while I was asking what are dielectric materials, one of your friends said dielectric materials are insulator. He is perfectly correct. But in addition to that, one more point is there in dielectrics. Then what is that? Listen to me attentively. All insulators, I mean all dielectrics are insulators, but all insulators are not dielectrics, right? Whenever we take any dielectric material, they are insulators, but all insulators are not dielectric material. Then how it is? ता माने कौन? आकु कहीं आम डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल कहलु ताकू इन्सुलेटर ही कही दी था, जदि इन्सुलेटर थिला ताहले डाइलेक्ट्रिक पढ़िया आवश्यक कौन? कैन एनीबॉडी टेल मी?
मैडम ये इलेक्ट्रिकल बिहेवियर टाको कंडक्ट करे किन से इंसुलेटर कंडक्ट करंतनी
केतेबेले कंडक्ट करे?
डाइपोल क्रिएट हुए यार किन से मन का डाइपोल क्रिएट हुए नहीं
आओ एटी कौन हुए? इंसुलेटर माने दैट इज टोटली नॉट कंडक्टिंग इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, किंतु डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल कौन हुए? इट विल बिहेव एज लाइक एन इंसुलेटर अप टू सर्टेन वोल्टेज. मन कर आमे गोटे डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल नेलु, डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल रे आमे वोल्टेज किछि देलु, तो कौन होची किछिटा वोल्टेज, किछिटा गोटे रेंज, धरो आमे x टू y रेंज जाय काम करछु, x to y range पर्यंत voltage रे it will behave as if it is a insulating material. तापर पुणी आमे बढ़े बढ़े चलिबा. Higher limit कौन अच्छी? Y अच्छी potential. If we are increasing the voltage more than the Y potential, then what happens? The dielectric will start conducting a very small amount of current beyond that voltage. That voltage is known as the breakdown voltage. Why it is known as breakdown voltage? Because beyond that voltage, the dielectric will fail to offer insulation. That's why the dielectric materials are different than that of the insulating materials. So it explains that dielectric materials, all dielectric materials are insulators, but all insulating materials are not the dielectric materials. प्रत्येक डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल इंसुलेशन प्रॉपर्टी शो करती, बट ऑल इंसुलेटिंग मटेरियल्स may or may not show dielectric property. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
बुझिएला?
Yes, ma'am.
इंसुलेटिंग मटेरियल आमे मनकर गोटे मटेरियल नेलु, सेथिरे आमे जहा इलेक्ट्रिक करंट पास करछु, since it is the insulating material, no electric current will pass through it, flow through it. But if you take dielectric material, it can withstand up to certain voltage. Beyond that, ताठु भी आमे अधिका जदि voltage apply करिया, तापरे कोन हबो? small amount of current, which is known as the leakage current or conducting current, will flow through the dielectric material. ता जोगु कौन हला तार जो इंसुलेशन प्रॉपर्टी टा धीरे धीरे डिस्ट्रॉय हला. So जो voltage रे से तार insulation property is getting failed, that voltage is known as the breakdown voltage. So such type of materials are very much useful for various purposes, and different types of dielectric materials are there. Those materials, I mean some materials like piezoelectric, ferroelectric, multiferroic, pyroelectric, these materials comes under the dielectric materials. Piezoelectric, I think all of you know. Piezoelectric, PIEZO, piezoelectric material. ଜାଣିଛ?
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ପଢିଥିଲେ ଭୁଲି ଯାଇଛି।
ହଁ ଦେଖ ଡାଇଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିକ ମେଟେରିଆଲରେ ଆମେ ପଢିଲୁ ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିକ ଫିଲ୍ଡ ଦିଆଗଲା କେମିତି ତାର ଡାଇପୋଲ୍ସ ଆଲାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ହଉଛି ଆଉ ଏଥିରେ ଆମର ଭୋଲ୍ଟେଜ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦିଆଗଲା ହାଉ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ conducting small amount of current, those things we could know that in dielectric material it happens. So the most important point is that all dielectric materials will have the dipoles. It may be the polar material or non-polar material, but it will have the dipoles. So whenever you apply electric field, dipole movement or dipole orientation take place. So this is about the dielectric material. ମନେକର ଆମ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିକ ଫିଲ୍ଡ ବଦଳରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରେସର ଦବା ବା ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସ୍ ଦବା। ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସ୍ ମାନେ କ'ଣ? ଲେଟ୍ ଅସ୍ ଇମାଜିନ୍, ଆମେ ଧର ଗୋଟେ ଇମାଜିନ୍ କରିବା ଗୋଟେ ରେକ୍ଟାଙ୍ଗୁଲାର ଡଷ୍ଟର ଭଳିଆ ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ନେଲୁ। ଡଷ୍ଟର ତମେ ଦେଖିଛ, ଚକ୍ ଡଷ୍ଟର କ୍ଲାସରେ ପଢା ହୁଏ। ଧର ଆମେ ଡଷ୍ଟର ଭଳିଆ ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ନେଲୁ। ଅପର ଲେୟର ଲୋୟର ଲେୟର କଥା ଭାବ। ଅପର ଲେୟର ଲୋୟର ଲେୟରରେ ଆମେ କନେକ୍ସନ କରିଦେବା ଗୋଟେ बैटरी की गोटे वोल्ट मीटर को कनेक्ट करदबा। आउ जो दुई साइड रे अछि आरो दुईटा सरफेस, एट दोज टू सरफेसेस इफ वी अप्लाई pressure or stress, then what happens? Even though we are not applying any external potential or external electric field, but due to the application of stress or pressure, what happens? Voltage is developed. Why? Because due to the application of pressure or the stress on the opposite surfaces of the dielectric material, what we have imagined as a rectangular material, rectangular piece of dielectric, if you apply pressure on opposite surface of the dielectric material, then in the other two surfaces a voltage is developed. Voltage is developed means one will have positive polarity, another one will have the negative polarity. So when voltage is developed, what happens? The voltmeter will deflect. So this phenomenon is known as piezoelectric phenomenon or piezoelectricity. So I repeat that piezoelectric materials will develop an induced voltage because of the application of pressure, because of the application of external stress onto it. बुझियला? The pressure induced voltage phenomenon is known as piezoelectric effect. Is it okay? Shall I repeat or did you understand? Can you hear me?
Yes ma'am.
ଓହୋ, ମୁଁ ଭାବିଲି ବୋଧେ ମୁଁ କଟିଗଲି ନା କ'ଣ ବୋଲି।
Hello,
ଠିକ
hello,
ଅଛି
ma'am.
ରେ? ହଁ
Hello, ma'am. One question.
हाँ हाँ
मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेस जो अप्लाइड होता है, तो वो जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अप्लाई होता है और मैकेनिकल स्ट्रेस भी अप्लाई होता है, वो सिंक्रोनाइज होता है ना? वो कैसे अप्लाइड करना पड़ता है पीजो मेटल बनाने के लिए?
Yes, yes. Piezoelectric material, in piezoelectric material, two effects are there. One is known as the direct piezoelectric effect. Second one is known as the inverse piezoelectric effect. In direct piezoelectric effect, what we have to do? We have to apply pressure right? We have to apply pressure and we will get voltage.
Okay,
In
okay.
inverse piezoelectric effect, we will apply voltage and we will get not the pressure but an oscillatory motion we will observe. Oscillation means what? Expansion and contraction of the material take place.
Okay.
That is inverse piezoelectric effect. So in that way, as per the requirement, the piezoelectric materials are designed as per the requirement of the device. Is it clear?
Okay, ma'am. One application is piezoelectric is the thermal.
Many applications are there. Many applications are there for piezoelectric materials. They are used in sensor material. They are used in our watch. Quartz watch ame jo use korchu. Those are used in those materials. Many applications are there. Sensor material, actuator materials, devices in many devices. Even if tame jetebele jauthuo big bazar galo, Reliance Smart ku galo, se samୟରେ କଣ ହଉଛି ତମେ ଏଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ଗେଟ୍ କୁ ଯାଉଛ, ଏଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ଗେଟ୍ ରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଷ୍ଟେପ୍ ଦଉଛ କଣ ଶୁଭୁଛି? ଗୋଟେ ସାଇରନ୍ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉଛି
Yes, ma'am.
ନୁହଁ କି? ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ସପିଂ ମଲ୍ ଯାଉଛ, ଗୋଟେ ଧର ବିଗ ବଜାର ଗଲ କି ରିଲାଏନ୍ସ ଗଲ କି ଗୋଟେ ସୁପର ମାର୍କେଟ ଗଲ, ଜେନେରାଲି କଣ ଆମର ଏଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ରେଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ସନ ଥାଏ। ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଏଣ୍ଟର କରୁ ଗୋଟେ ଉଡେନ ଏଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ଗେଟ୍ ଥାଏ। ସେ ଉଡେନ
Yes.
ଏଣ୍ଟ୍ରି ଗେଟ୍ ରେ ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଷ୍ଟେପ୍ ଦଉ ତା ଉପରେ ଆମେ ପାଦ ଦଉ, କଣ ହୁଏ? ଶୁଣାଯାଏ, ଗୋଟେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ଶୁଣାଯାଏ।
Beep sound clear हुए.
ଗୋଟେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ଶୁଣାଯାଏ। କାହିଁକି ସେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ଶୁଣାଗଲା? ଆମେ ତ ଏଇଠି ପ୍ରେସର ଦେଲୁ, ସାଉଣ୍ଡ କେମିତି ଶୁଣାଗଲା? ନା ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରେସର ଦେଲୁ ସେଇ ମେଟେରିଆଲରେ ୟେସ୍ ଆମର ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିସିଟି ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ ହେଲା। ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିସିଟି ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ ହେବା ଯୋଗୁଁ ସେ ତାର ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ କଲା। So this is a simple example.
ୱାଚ୍ ଆସୁଛି ତାକୁ ସେକ୍ କଲେ ବି ସେ ଚାର୍ଜ ହେଇଯିବ, ଚାଲିବ।
ହଁ
ବ୍ୟାଟେରୀ
ହଁ। ତ ପିଜୋ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିକ ମେଟେରିଆଲ ର ବହୁତ ଗୁଡେ ଆପ୍ଲିକେସନ ଅଛି ଏମିତି। ଏଗୁଡାକ ଯେହେତୁ ଆମେ ଡେ ଟୁ ଡେ ଲାଇଫରେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ, ତେଣୁ ଆମର ସିମ୍ପଲ ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ ପାଇଁ ଏସବୁ ଡିସ୍କସନ କରୁଛୁ। ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ ବହୁତ ବହୁତ କାମ କରିବ, ଧର ତମେ ଆଗକୁ କିଛି ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ସାଇଣ୍ଟିଷ୍ଟ ହେଲ, ଗୋଟେ ସାଇଣ୍ଟିଫିକ ଲ୍ୟାବରେ କାମ କରୁଛ, ତମକୁ ଏସବୁ ଜିନିଷର ବହୁତ ଗୁଡେ ତାର ଉପକାରିତା ଅଛି। ତାର ୟୁଜଫୁଲନେସ୍ ଇଜ very much there for these materials. So again come back to our discussion. So in this way, whenever we discuss about the dielectric material, definitely we will discuss about the permittivity parameters in a dielectric material. Then we will see what else is there. So whenever dielectrics are there, then it will be associated, it will be linked with complex permittivity. Complex permittivity means what? In complex number in mathematics, you have read that when you take z, then x plus iy you take. Z is a complex number, x is a real number, y is an imaginary number, I is what? Root over of -1. Similarly, whenever you take any physical quantity as the complex quantity, then it will have both the real and imaginary part. So complex permittivity will have a real part which is known as the dielectric constant. You can see the pointer here. See, complex relative permittivity is equal to dielectric constant. Either you take plus or minus as per the sign convention. So minus loss factor, that is the imaginary parameter. J is equivalent to I. I is equal to root over of -1 বা J মধ্যে লেখা যায়, no problem. So complex permittivity, dielectric constant. Dielectric constant মানে কোন? It is a measure of how much energy from an external field is stored in a material. Next is loss factor. Loss factor is also known as the dielectric loss. Generally, it is further, if delta is the phase, then tan delta is called as the loss factor or tangent loss. Loss tangent भी कहा जाए पर tangent loss कहा जाए. So the loss tangent or tan delta is defined as the ratio of imaginary part of the dielectric constant to the real part. Next, dielectric mechanism re kon hue. Different polarization mechanism will come into play in a dielectric material. So as during the discussion one of your friends said kono gote tama sango कहला जे dielectric material रे poles थाए dipoles थाए तेणु सेतिरे orientation हुए he that is exactly correct because in a dielectric material we find the molecules are known as the polar molecule or non-polar molecule. So in a polar or non-polar molecule we find the dipoles. What is dipole? Dipole is a combination of both positive and negative charge. When electric field is applied, then orientation of the negative and positive charge will take place and accordingly alignment माने गोटे पटो that will be orienting. So the dielectric material also gives some response with respect to applied frequency. And remember one more thing that the dipoles or the dielectric polarization is contributed by these parameters: ionic polarization, dipolar polarization, atomic polarization, electronic polarization. I repeat, the dipole, I mean in dielectric material, the polarization mechanism is contributed by ionic polarization. What is ionic polarization? When a cation is separated by an anion by a small distance, they will constitute a dipole. When electric field is applied, then the dipole may orient. That type of polarization is known as the ionic polarization. Dipolar polarization or dipolar relaxation. Dipolar relaxation means what? Just like your H2O molecule. H plus ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ O molecule ଅଛି. So whenever electric field is applied, the orientation take place. Sometimes it is also known as orientational polarization also. Next is atomic polarization. Atomic polarization means what? In an atom, you will find the positive and negative charges which will be separated from each other by a small distance. Accordingly, it will be orienting. So in this way, different types of polarization mechanism will take place. But you know that at low temperature, low frequency, the ionic conduction, the ionic polarization will come into play. Next, little higher frequency, dipolar. Next, little higher frequency, atomic. And at very large frequency, electronic polarization come into play in a dielectric material. So accordingly, the application will be different. This is not required for you. Yes, this one already we have discussed. So these things we have been discussing. ए पर्यंत आमे एगुडा कहीं डिस्कस करथुलु. So there are some properties of good dielectric material. A good dielectric material exhibit high resistivity, high dielectric strength, high mechanical strength, high fire resistance, low thermal expansion, low dielectric loss, low water absorption quality, high chemical inertness. तमर जो रिफ्रैक्टरी सिरामिक प्लेट एगुड़ाक सब डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल रे जाउची. आमे यूज करचु ताको वेरियस पर्पजेस. आमर जो इलेक्ट्रिकल स्विच रहउची, that is also a dielectric material, that is also an insulating material. They are corrosion resistance माने कोन? जदि आमे नबा गोटे लुहा जिंस नबा बाहरे रखि दबा ताले कोन होची किछि दिन परे से जंग खाइ जाउची. किंतु आमे जदि से पाखरे गोटे सिरामिक जिंस पोर्सिलिन जिंस किछि नै कि बाहरे पकेबा किछि हबनी. काहेकि ना that is having a good corrosion resistance property, माने that is having high chemical inertness. So these are some useful properties why one will take the dielectric material for certain purposes, or you can say many purposes. There are different types of dielectric materials. They will be available in the form of solids, liquids and gases. And these are some classifications. Gaseous dielectric materials are used for both insulators as well as cooling agent. Examples also are given. If solid materials are there like glass, rubber, mica, porcelain, ceramic, all are the dielectric material. If they are in the form of liquid, They may be in the form of transformer oil, cable oil, capacitor oil, like that. Gaseous form, air, hydrogen, nitrogen, helium, sulfur dioxide, propane, methane, these are also exhibiting the dielectric property. এই বিষয়টা আমি বহুত থর এপর্যন্ত ডিসকশন করছু. What is a dipole? This one is constituting a dipole having positive charge, negative charge separated from each other by a small distance. So if you see, mu has different significance. আমি প্রথমে দেখলে mu as the electron mobility. Now again we are taking mu suffix e, that is representing the dipole moment. Dipole moment is the multiplication of magnitude of any one of the charges and the distance between them. So q into x is the dipole moment. So এইটি দেখো লেখা হয়েছে এক্সাম্পল কিছুটা দিয়া যাইছি মাইকা গ্লাস প্লাস্টিক ওয়াটার পোলার মলিকুলস these are different materials. So whenever you discuss about the dielectrics, it is again discussed with the terms as conductance, resistance, impedance. Conductance विषय आमे जानी परलु. Conductance is reciprocal of resistance. But a new term now we have introduced, impedance. के जानी छो impedance विषय रे?
Yes ma'am.
कौन रे impedance?
Magnetism ର simultaneous effect of capacity net resistance को impedance କୁହାଯାଏ.
अच्छा
LCR circuit.
ଜାଣିଛି ହଁ LCR सर्किट रे ଆମେ impedance ଦେଖୁଛୁ. ଆଉ କଣ ଅଛି impedance କିଏ ଜାଣିଛି ଆଉ କିଛି? ଆମେ डायरेक्ट करंट नौଛୁ अल्टरनेटिंग करंट नौଛୁ. ତେଣୁ impedance ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ନଉଛୁ, impedance is again a complex quantity which constitute a real parameter and imaginary parameter. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ impedance କହୁଛୁ, impedance is also a resistance, but it is taken in alternating circuits. So in AC circuit, we take the resistance in place of resistance. We take a parameter that is known as impedance. Impedance is a complex quantity which is a combination of real and imaginary quantity. तो real part is known as resistance. या भलिया resistance को आजे. Imaginary part जोटा होची सी होची. What is that imaginary part? किए कोई परिवो R plus IX is equal to Z.
ओमेगा सी
ओमेगा सी ठीक अछि. तार विभिन्न फॉर्म अछि, विभिन्न इक्वेशन अछि.
-1 ओमेगा एल उल्टा कर
ओके. जदि
ओमेगा
आमे इम्पेडेंस सर्किट नबा एल नबा कॉइल गोटे नबा ताहले तार इक्वेशन अलगा अछि. जदि आमे कैपेसिटेंस नबा तार अलगा अछि. तो रेजिस्टेंस प्लस रिएक्टेंस विल गिव अस द इम्पेडेंस. ठीक अछि. तो तमे नेक्स्ट क्लास जेतोळे आसीबो से समय रे ए सब जिंस टिके टिके पढि थाओ. रेजिस्टेंस तो आमे जानिले, कंडक्टेंस जानिले, ताहले इम्पेडेंस कोन? जदि इम्पेडेंस ताहले तार दैट इज द कॉम्प्लेक्स क्वांटिटी. जदि कॉम्प्लेक्स क्वांटिटी तार रियल पार्ट अछि, इमेजिनरी पार्ट अछि. जदि रियल पार्ट इमेजिनरी पार्ट अछि, रियल पार्ट को कोन कुआ जाय, इमेजिनरी पार्ट को कोन कुआ जाय. दिस इज व्हाट ए impedance. So Z is the impedance, R resistance, X होची reactance. जेमति तमे कहलो reactance जदि कैपेसिटेंस सर्किट हेले ओमेगा सी नबा, जदि इंडक्टेंस सर्किट हेले ओमेगा एल नबा, तार रेसिप्रोकल नबा बा डायरेक्ट मल्टीप्लिकेशन नबा. That will depend upon the type of circuit we are using. So accordingly we will have different equations which will be useful to determine what is the exact property of a dielectric material. So all the dielectric materials are generally characterized by the dielectric permittivity, which is one of the most important parameter to determine the dielectric constant. Based on the dielectric constant, we can able to know that those materials will be useful for which application purpose. So accordingly, there are different equations associated with it. And some electric modulus is also there. It is not required at present for you. So here you see what happens in polarization mechanism. कौन हुए polarization mechanism? एटा होची गोटे material. Please see the movement of the cursor. एटा गोटे material. एठी देखो तुमरो जो एरो मार्क गुडा को पूरा हापाजाड अछि कोटा ऊपर को जाइछि एठी धरो एटा देखिबा ऊपर को जाइछि एई एरो मार्क टा तळ को जाइछि देखा जाउछि कि रे तम स्क्रीन रे
मतलब नेट डाइपोल मोमेंट 0
वेरी गुड नेट डाइपोल मोमेंट 0 नै तम स्क्रीन रे देखा जाउछि ठीक रे
यस मैम
वेरी गुड तो एठी देखो हमें देखिया माने एगुडा को कोन कुहा जे जो ब्लॉक हिची ताकू कुहा जे डोमेन DOMAIN डोमेन कुहा जे आ एथिरे कोन हिची ना जो एरो गुडा को देखो कोटा तळ को गला कोटा एपटे गला राइट साइड गला कोटा ऊपर को गला दैट मींस ए randomness a random behavior of the dipole are observed throughout the material because it is unpolled poled और unpolled रो डिफरेंस कोन unpolled माने एमती एसस गोटे मटेरियल निया जायछि हला मटेरियल को निया जायछि सेतरे किछि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड दिया जायनि तेणु ताकू कहा जाय अनपोल्ड तो जेतेबेले ए जो मटेरियल टा निया गला एटा गोटे डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल निया गला एथरे डाइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल रे कोन थाए डाइपोल्स थाए तेणु डाइपोल थिला माने तार गोटे डाइपोल मोमेंट रहइबो डाइपोल मोमेंट गोटे डायरेक्शन रहइबो तेणु याकू एमती रिप्रेजेंट करा जायछि तो एठी देखो एटा गोटे एरो मार्क रहला तो एटा प्लस this with an arrow represents this is a dipole with a certain dipole moment value एटा माने कर पॉजिटिव चार्ज रो एंड एटा नेगेटिव चार्ज तो एठु एतिकी से रिप्रेजेंट करछि डाइपोल बा डाइपोल मोमेंट so here we can see when there is no external electric field applied on a material even though it is the dielectric material but the randomness is observed as you said the net dipole moment is 0 and this happens when it is unpolled that unpolled means no electric field is applied next what we will do we will apply electric field when you apply electric field you can see in this figure please see the right hand side figure I have kept the cursor here so here you can find almost all the dipoles are moving along one side gotte side re movement dekha jauchi याकू कहा जाए डाइपोल अलाइनमेंट लिसन टू मी अटेंटिवली here it is not polled so random orientation of the dipoles take place once electric field is applied orientation of the dipoles take place along the direction of electric field this process is known as alignment process the dipoles are said to be aligned along the direction of electric field this process is also known as the polarization process. Polarization, POLARIZATION. In some book it is written SATION. So polarization, dielectric, this process is as a whole, it is called as the dielectric polarization process. So now we could able to understand and give the statement that dielectric polarization is that process in which alignment of dipoles take place along the direction of applied electric field. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what happens. If you take a dielectric material, yellow one is a dielectric material having a dielectric molecule or dielectric atom, then separation of the negative charge, these are the negative charge, this is the positively charged nucleus, take place when it is kept inside the two parallel plates of a capacitor because a capacitor consists of a positive and negative polar plate. One of them is positively charged, second one is the negatively charged plate. So if you place a dielectric material, then polarization takes place because of the opposite polarity. Hence, the polarization takes place. Thus, one can able to find out the dielectric constant and other parameters like this. And polarization is the mechanism we could know. The polarization also represented by a mathematical equation. It is known as the polarization vector. So P is equal to summation if there are n number of charges present in a system, then summation of I equal to 1 to n qi xi. What is x? X is the distance between any two consecutive charges. Q is the magnitude of charge. Why it is known as Qi and Xi? Because if two charges are there, X will be X1. Another two charges are there, then X will be X2, Xi will be X2, X3, X4 up to Xn. So accordingly, the summation sign indicates that it is the sum of all the dipole moments, because you know dipole moment is equal to Q into X. If n number of charges are there, then the sum will be Q1 X1 plus Q2 X2 plus Q3 X3 and so on, divided by the voltage volume of the material. Not the voltage. Here V represents the volume V. So the polarization vector is defined as the total dipole moment per unit volume. Total dipole moment is the numerator and this is the volume. Total dipole moment per unit volume is the polarization vector. Then, as I was telling at the beginning of today's class, that displacement vector come into play when we discuss about the dielectric. Displacement vector is equal to epsilon 0 E. If you take epsilon 0 E is the permittivity in free space. If you take a medium, the equation modified as D is equal to epsilon E. And some other relations are there. If you take the susceptibility, then polarization vector in terms of electric field and permittivity like this, you will have different other relations. So these are different types of polarization processes which contribute the dielectric polarization as a whole. Electronic ionic orientation, there we have seen the conduction polarization, that is also called as the space charge polarization. So same thing in different way it is written. So one of the most useful dielectric materials are found in ceramics. Of course, these are not there. This is exactly not there in your syllabus. Just for an example, I have taken this ceramics as one of the examples for the dielectric material, which have so many good qualities and good properties. For that purpose, they will be used in various purposes and various device applications. So I think this is about, this is not required, that the dielectric properties are measured in LCR meter, because in LCR circuit you will have the L parameter, the inductance parameter, capacitance parameter, resistance parameter. So impedance can be analyzed by using these instruments. Hysteresis loop tracer is also there. Whenever we talk about the polarization and we apply the electric field, then we will find a hysteresis loop also. So this is about the dielectric material. Okay, rest part we will discuss in the next class. So all of you understood whatever we have discussed? Bujiala?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
তো এই পিডিএফ দরকার, এই পিপিটি?
Yes, ma'am.
বাগ্মী মহেশ্বরী ସାହୁ, ରେସୁ ୱାଇ। ଆଚ୍ଛା ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି, ଯାହା ଏଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ କରିଛି ସେଗୁଡ଼ା ପଠେଇବି। ଯେ କାହାର କ'ଣ ମେଲ୍ ଆଇଡି ଦବ ନା ତମର ଯୋଉ ସେଣ୍ଟରକୁ ଦେଲେ ସେମାନେ ତମକୁ ଦେଇପାରିବେ? କେମିତି ଦିଅନ୍ତି ଟିଚର ମାନେ?
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଅଛି,
ହଁ
ସେଇ କାହାକୁ ଗୋଟେ ପଠେଇଦେଲେ ସେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ପଠେଇଦବ।
ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ କେମିତି ଜାଣିବି ତମ ଗ୍ରୁପ ମେଲ୍ ଆଇଡି? ଗୋଟେ କାମ କର, ତମେ ମତେ ଏଇଠି ମେଲ୍ ଆଇଡି ଏଇ ଚାର୍ଟରେ ଲେଖିଦିଅ। ଏଇଠି ଜଣକର କାହାର ମେଲ୍ ଆଇଡି ଲେଖିଦିଅ, ସୋ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ all of you can contact with her or him. ମୁଁ ସେଇ ମେଲ୍ ଆଇଡିରେ ପଠେଇଦେବି। লিটু प्रलयत टू प्रो litu2pro@gmail.com କାହା ନା ଏଇଟା କାହାର ଏଇଟା ଇମେଲ ଆଇଡି ହଁ ଏଇଟା କାହାର ରେ ଇମେଲ ଆଇଡି whose email id is there this one litu2pro@gmail.com ହଁ ମାଇନ୍ ଯେ କିଏ ତମ ନାଁ କଣ ଇପ୍ସିତ ନା କାହାର ଏଇଟା ପ୍ରଳୟ ରଞ୍ଜନ ବେହେରା ହଉ all of you contact ପ୍ରଳୟ ରଞ୍ଜନ ବେହେରା for the study material ଆଉ ଆଚ୍ଛା ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ କାମ କରିବି ହଁ ଜ୍ୟୋତିରଞ୍ଜନ ବି ଥିଲା ଠିକ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ପ୍ରଳୟ ରଞ୍ଜନ ଇପ୍ସିତା ଆଉ ଜ୍ୟୋତି ହଁ ଏଇ 3 ଜଣଙ୍କୁ ପଠେଇଦେବି ତମମାନେ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କର ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ ରୁହ ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ମେଲ ଆଇଡି ଟା ରଖି ଦଉଛି ଲିଟୁ ପ୍ରି ପ୍ରଳୟ
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଆପଣ କୋଉ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟିରେ
କଣ ହେଲା
ନାହିଁ ଏମିତି ପଚାରୁଛି।
ମୋର VSSUT फिजिक्स डिपार्टमेंट
थैंक यू मैम
ତମମାନେ BSc କୋଉଠି ପଢିଛ
एफएम यूनिवर्सिटी
ଓହୋ ଅନ୍ୟ ପିଲାମାନେ ସବୁ କୋଉଠିକାର ଅଛ
ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟି ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ସମ୍ବଲପୁର ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟିର ବି ଅଛ
ୟେସ୍ ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଉତ୍କଳ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟି ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ
ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ ଠିକ ଅଛି ଆଚ୍ଛା ତମର କଣ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ ନଉଛି ଏଇଟା ତ ସରିବ ତାପରେ ଆଉ କୋଉ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଅଛି ମତେ ନା ଏତିକି ଏଇଟା ହିଁ ଦିଆହେଇଛି ବୋଧେ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଇୟର ର ଦିଆହେଇଛି ଅନ୍ୟ ଗୁଡାକ ଠିକ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ରଖିଛି ଏମାନଙ୍କର ଲିଟୁ ଇପ୍ସିତା JR ଗଚ୍ଛାୟତ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଣ ଏପ୍ସିତା ପ୍ରଧାନ କିଏ ଏପ୍ସିତା ପ୍ରଧାନ 51 ଏତିକି ମୁଁ ଇମେଲ ରଖିଛି ତ ଏଥିରେ ମୁଁ ଯାହା ଷ୍ଟଡି ମେଟେରିଆଲ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ପଠେଇଦେବି ଏବେ ଖାଲି ଗୋଟେ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ମେଲ ପଠଉଛି ପରେ ମୁଁ ଯାହା ରଖିଛି ସେ ଷ୍ଟଡି ମେଟେରିଆଲ ପଠେଇଦେବି ତମ ପାଖକୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କଠୁ ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ ସବୁ କଲେକ୍ଟ କରିଦିଅ okay so tomorrow Ganesh Puja is there day after tomorrow again we will be meeting and discussing the next part of this electricity and magnetism
थैंक यू मैम
thank you to all ठीक ଅଛି all of you can leave I will also leave now
हेलो हेलो विजयनी